there's several Cowboys on this free agents list, but they project where these free agents might end up.
Not Dallas for most of them.
I'm going to say it was pretty interesting, to say the least. But I want to ask you guys, because of the ones they do list, there's only one guy that they say is a good fit to bring back for the Cowboys.
Bring back?
Yeah. So let me start with number 15. This is Randy Gregory. And they say the best team fit is with
Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Darn tootin' it is.
And they say, okay, why it makes sense. They say no other team knows Gregory better than Dallas. Now that his career is ascending, the Cowboys should reap the benefits with a long-term deal that both sides can appreciate. And they say the reason being also is the scheme fit. They like Gregory back in Dallas with coordinator Dan Quinn, who can set up the veteran pass rusher to utilize his long frame.
So weird to call him a veteran, even though he has been in the league for over a half decade.
And lower body flexibility to win on the edge. He's the number 15 overall free agent out there. And they like the fit with the Cowboys, which I think we all agree, right?
100%.
Randy needs to come back. Is there a chance that Randy doesn't come back?
No,
I don't think so.
You see a scenario where Randy doesn't come back?
I mean, maybe if a team that we don't know about is so needy, and there's another team that's getting into a bidding war, and it goes close to $20 million per year, I could see it. But no, I think the Cowboys have their priorities, and those pass rushers, they don't escape very often until they're done with them.
It just makes me wonder if we see the information about Tank, and they ask him, and Tank's like, no, and then they have to move on. That would lead me to believe that Randy's going to be back here for sure.
Oh, yeah. And I think they would choose that way. If they have to make that decision,
I do too. The number 23rd free agent of this year's class is Dalton Schultz.
Let's go. Gavin's guy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You guys see, we talked about this. No fit for Dalton Schultz here, right?
No, not if he's going to be a 11, 12, $13 million player.
We talked about that.
No way.
All right, well.
You draft one and hope Blake Jarwin steps up.
There you go. Best fit for a team, New York Jets.
Oh, yeah.
Why it makes sense. Expect the Jets to be in the market for a safety value over the middle, a safety valve over the middle for Zach Wilson, either in the draft or free agency. Dallas wants to re-sign Schultz, perhaps the most complete tight end in the class, but it can't keep everybody. They're saying the fit is that he can operate in the middle of the field target for Wilson on play action throws. He's slippery after catch. He plays with good coverage recognition, is a much-needed upgrade for the position in Mike LaFleur's offense. Plus, he's an adequate run blocker. Would you say he's an adequate?
Not really.
I would say he's below average as a run blocker.
That's mediocre.
That's what I would say. So I don't think he's as a complete tight end as people might think.
Yeah. I don't think many teams are really going to do their homework and be excited about paying him all the money the media says he's going to get.
You still think he's going to get $9, $10 million, right? Didn't we talk about this yesterday?
That'd still be a good payday.
Yeah.
8, 9, somewhere in there.
Yeah. How about number 33? That's Connor Williams.
I already know where he's going.
Go ahead and guess it.
Well, Cincinnati doesn't have a single decent offensive lineman in the middle. Not one.
Jeff is right on this.
Give it to me.
Cincinnati is the best team fit for Connor Williams. And why it makes sense, with Quentin Spain hitting free agency, the Bengals could pair Williams with center Trey Hopkins and guard Jackson Carman, who should make a year 2 jump.
Yeah, just okay is better than bad.
They say while we have some concerns on Williams' overall power and ability to anchor, he upgrades the interior of the Bengals' offensive line. A good fit for Zach Taylor's outside zone scheme. Williams has the move-it skills you like in a running game.
Okay.
Would you say that's a fair assessment of him, or do they miss that?
I mean, over the course of his career, Connor Williams hadn't been a bad player. He's been okay. The anchor is not what you want it to be. Mm-hmm. His ability to hold up against the really big, strong defensive tackles is not what you would want it to be.
Yeah.
And yet, he would be an upgrade for plenty of teams.
Number 40 on our list of top 50, Michael Gallup. Would you like to guess the team for Michael Gallup?
Jets.
Team with a bunch of money that has terrible receivers.
Team plays NFC North.
Detroit.
Nope.
Green Bay.
Nope.
What is it?
Chicago.
Green Bay?
Chicago's the team. Chicago, and why it makes sense, the Bears will make a priority for a receiver that can win one-on-one matchups for Justin Fields. You feel like he wins one-on-one matchups enough for you, Jeffrey?
The thing about Gallup is that I like him as a player. He's a good receiver. He doesn't have a single great trait. Like, he manages to pull in passes down the field, which is maybe his best thing. But everything else is just like, yeah, he can do it. But you don't have Tyreek Hill flies. Stephon Diggs, incredible route runner. Like, you get to Michael Gallup and you're like, he's pretty good. So I don't know what his standout trait is.
People are saying this could be the steal of free agency if a team gets a discount due to his torn ACL. By mid-season, he should be humming. This is what's interesting is this is from Jeremy Fowler. He says offensive coaches around the league love this guy's game and felt he has been underused in Dallas.
Gallup?
Yeah.
I would say 2 years ago when he had 1,100 yards was a damn good season. So maybe the injury to Dak and then the injury this year for Gallup. But no, I think they've developed Gallup. I think they've gotten more production out of him than his talent. I totally agree with what Jeff is saying. He's a guy that gets it done somehow, despite not having the great traits.
Yeah, the Bears need playmakers in the passing game opposite Darnell Mooney. And the Gallup brings the physical element to the position with the ability to stretch the defense over the top as an outside target for Fields. The last Cowboy on their list. Would you like to guess who the last Cowboy is? This is number 45.
Curse.
Leighton Vander Esch.
Okay.
So do you feel good the fact that is outside the top 50 is Curse?
Yeah, we had another list yesterday where he was way down there.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be more affordable than we're thinking.
Okay.
I am the comp pick god, so I like this. If a lot of the guys that you really are like, yeah, I don't really need them back, the league thinks they're top 50 free agents, that's good for you because it means they'll get good contracts and you will get draft picks.
Houston Texans are the best fit for Leighton Vander Esch.
Oh, poor guy.
He says with Dallas declining his fifth-year option sent signals that he's not in the long-term plans. That's okay. Vander Esch can still play a pivotal role on a defense. Lovie Smith needs a downhill thumper in Houston, but Pittsburgh could get involved here too. The Steelers were very high on Vander Esch coming out in the draft and need linebacker help.
Bidding war.
Do you think he might get more than we think?
PFF said $8.5 million.
Uh-huh.
If he gets more than that, I'd be surprised. If he gets that, good for him.
Wow, if you need a linebacker real bad, just spend a draft pick in the first 2 nights.
Yeah. They're saying,
Save yourself a bunch of money and probably get a better player.
Here's the view from the outside. Vander Esch displays a functional hip tightness on tape, but he's a physical top-down player who can run the pipe as a deep middle hole defender in Smith's scheme.
All right.
So we'll see. They talk about the Houston Texans. So of all these guys, the only one that you would really, really, really want back is Randy Gregory, right? We've determined that.
Yeah, that's on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I really need back.
Yeah.
You know, if Randy's gone and Tank is gone, the idea of winning games with your defense, I think, goes up with it. You know, one thing I thought about in listening to that list and where some of the Cowboys are ranked, it's really not a year where there's a ton of good free agents with depth, right? Like, needs are going to get solved. Veterans are going to get paid. But, heck, you know, part of me doesn't blame Stephen Jones for not wanting to go into free agency because if you want a really good player, first of all, teams rarely let those guys hit free agency, and then you have to massively overpay to get them.
Right. If you look back, okay, and it's we can do the hindsight thing, 2020 thing, as they say. Should they have traded Gallup, or by letting it play out, do you feel okay about the way his career is going to end with the Cowboys?
Be all right with it because they'll get a good comp pick, won't they? Yeah, you wouldn't have got a better pick.
Could they have done? Could they have gotten more? Could they have gotten more last year during the draft last year when we were like we weren't interested in trading Gallup at all?
Maybe. You got to figure he's going to be worth like a 4th rounder. So could you have gotten more than that? Maybe.
Okay.
But you had goals. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't intentionally downgrade before the season starts,
Right.
so I get it.
Yeah, you got the value of him playing on your team on top of that for the second half of the season.
Yeah.
And-
Okay, real quick then. His career, good or disappointment here with the
Good.
Cowboys?
Gallup's?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
That's a good third-round pick.
Okay.
Yeah.